Yes, we can.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's look at the question part. Now let's look at the question part one after the other and see what we are meant to do. Now, we've been able to look at it holistically on this part. Then let's look at it the way we can make it more simpler for ourselves. You can answer question 1. It's very direct. Abi? Can you see the question 1?
Please, page what? Page what? Page what?
The accounting officer. Who is the accounting officer? Joy, can you please move inside, please? Who is an account officer? What are the responsibilities, the functions of account officer in the ministry? Hello? Are you guys still there?
Responsible for the day-to-day recording and the preparation of the account of the ministry or whatever fund that they get.
Yeah, account officer is the permanent secretary. Is there to ensure that all the books of accounts, all the accounting affairs are properly done the way it's supposed to do. Ensure the keeping of the resources under his care in a proper way. Ensure all the financial expenses and revenue are being taken care of. Ensure there is high level of compliance in terms of rules and regulations being put in place by the Accountant General for the ministry. Proper monitoring of what? Cash book, preparation of transcripts, all these things are there to be properly ensured they are being carried out the way they're supposed to be. Who is also known to be the permanent secretary of the ministry. Account officer is the head of the ministry and is also known to be the permanent secretary. Is that clear? After the account officer, the next person is sub-account officer. Now, looking at it from this part, we can look at the first transaction here. Second transaction says, in the Ministry of Finance of Eco State, where you are an account supervisor, the following transaction took place in a typical day of the month of December. Excuse me. The noise is affecting me.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir. This question, you are reading from page what?
What do you say?
This question, you are reading it from page what? Page what?
And check page 21 of the material that was sent to the group now. Page 21, you see it.
Maybe on page 20. Page 20. The following transaction took place in the typical day of the month, December 20XX. Mr. A. Ayotun, number 1, Mr. A. Ayotunji and Hamzat paid 10,800,000 and 5,500,000 being tax and contractors registration fee, respectively. Full stop. The Treasury receipt number 65 and 66 are dated 16/19 through X1 were accordingly issued. The payments were made in the bank draft logo C1 84860 and C1 60868 dated 25/9/20 X1 were received into head and subbed 49 and 419 and 420. On the 26th of September 20X1, the State Ministry of Education made payment for feeding students and WAEC examination, totaling 10 million and 40 million respectively, through the CBN check number AB 84264 and AB 946270. The payment voucher were numbered 60 and 63 respectively. The payments made by the Ministry of Education were charged to head 2004 and subbed 7 and 9 respectively required. Draw both debit and credit side of typical Treasury cash book. Then post the above transaction into head and subbed. Ignore the balancing both forward and carry forward. Now, they just want you to have idea of how you are meant to do the posting of main Treasury cash book. How does it go? Now, I will open the Excel page now to prepare it together to see how you are meant to do it. Is that clear? I'm asking, oh, hello?
Ministry of Finance,
Giko State.
Okay. Let me share the, okay. It seems you are on the Excel page too. Now, Ministry of Finance, Giko State. Mean Treasury cash book for the year. Okay, is it for the month? Okay, for the month of September.
December.
Is it December or September, please?
December.
September.
December. December.
It's the month of December, not September.
Okay, December. $20x what?
20XX.
20XX. Okay. What are the head and subbed? We have the debit. We also have the credit. Okay. Then we have 3 TRV/date. I will ask you the question on that part later. What's the meaning of that TRV? After TRV, what do we have next? After TRV, what do we have?
From whom or receivable? From whom receivable?
From whom receivable. Followed by
Treasury receipt number.
What do you say we also have?
Treasury receipt number.
Treasury receipt number. After that, what do we also have again?
Classifications. And
Classification into
Class
head and
subhead.
subhead.
Yes.
Classification. Now have
Headers.
head slash
Subhead.
subhead. Followed by
Number of bank credit slip.
number of bank credit slip. Okay. Aside that, what do we also have?
Gross amount.
Gross amount, correct. Followed by
Cash.
cash. Next one, bank abi.
Yes, sir.
Then treasury what again?
Treasury PV number.
Thank you. Treasury PV number. Followed by
Department PV number.
department PV number. That should be department PV number. Followed by
To payable.
to whom payable. Followed by
Classification head or subhead.
classification head slash subhead. Followed by
Payee bank.
payee bank. Followed by
Check number.
number, correct. Followed by
A gross amount.
gross amount, correct. After the gross amount, what do you also have?
The deduction slash
Ah.
cash.
Slash cash. Then the next one is what?
Bank slash net.
Yes. Now, starting from this place down to bank here, that's said to be the debit side. Is it clear? Can you see the selected part I did here?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, that is the debit side of the treasury cash book. Why from that treasury payment voucher down to the, from here to this place. It's referred to as what? Credit side.
Credit side.
Exactly. Now, go ahead and change the period before. The noise. Okay. Now, yeah, let's look at it. I want to indicate to you here to differentiate between debit and credit side. When you are reading, you will notice the difference. Okay. Now, the first transaction, what is the date on the first transaction? That TRV means what? Let me tell you, it means what? Treasury Revenue Voucher. Is that clear? Why the one they call what? Treasury Payment Voucher here is the same thing that those two are meant to serve. Is that clear? Now, for the date of the first transaction, what do we have? On the transaction, no.
Sir, can you open the question?
Okay.
The first
You
transaction
have
is
it at your hand.
it was payment made, Abi, where Mr. Yatunde and Amsat made payment of 10,800,000.
Yes. Ayotunde and Hamza make payment of 10 million,
10,800,000
5 million,
and
500,000, being
pay
tax and what? Contract.
contractor registration
Now,
fee.
two transactions at the same time. Then relating
Yes.
to the treasury receipt number this dated that period, that is the period you are going to enter. That's 16/9/20 what? X1.
Extra.
Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
16/09/20 X1. Who do we receive the first thing from? From whom
Ayotunde.
receivable? Mr. Amsat Abi or Ayotunde Abi?
Mr. Ayotunji.
Ayotunji. What is the purpose for the payment of that Mr. Ayotunji?
Tax and contractor registration.
The first one is tax.
Yes, first is tax.
Tax payment. Okay. What is the receipt number for that transaction?
65.
What is it?
65.
5. Then, what were you giving classification for that? How much is what is the figure for the classification into head and subhead?
The payment between
Head 1001.
1001. Subhead what?
419.
419.
419. What is the number of bank credit slip given to you in the question? You were given number of bank credit slip. How do they make the payment? Through what? The check number.
4860.
What do you say?
C184860.
C184860. Is it correct?
Yeah.
Is it correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how much do they make payment? How much payment do they make for that particular transaction?
1,080,000.
10 million.
10,080,000.
That is for the gross amount. Now, let me now give you an hint here. In case that 10 million is being paid in two ways, partly cash and partly bank, the amount paid through cash will be stated. The amount paid through bank will be stated. But here, they pay a check and you are given a check number. After putting the gross amount at this end, then that amount will also go to the bank. Is that clear? But there's no cash transaction. Is that clear?
Sir, please, could you take that again?
Now, what we are saying is this. In case that particular person that makes the payment try to divide the payment into two, partly cash and partly what? Check. Then the gross amount, the addition of the two will be added and appear in the gross, being posted in the gross amount. Then the amount paid as cash will appear under the cash column, while the amount paid as check is going to appear under the bank. But in this scenario, the total payment may be through check and the total amount is going to appear in the bank. Nothing will appear under cash. Is it clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, the second transaction, what's the date of that one too?
16, same day, 1609, 20.
1609 20x1. Okay. Who is the person? Amsa, Abi?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
What does he make payment for?
Contractor's registration fee.
Contractor registration fee. What is the treasury receipt number?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
That 55, that statement says Mrs. AIOCD and AMSAT paid 10.8 and 5.5 being tax. What does that one mean?
Ayotundi pay tax. That's tax payment. AMSAT pay to the government account. The contractor registration fee. You want to take a contract and there is an amount you are meant to pay for that. That is contractor registration fee. Why Ayotundi pay government for tax?
I've seen it. Listen.
What is the treasury receipt number for
Thank you,
that?
2160868.
66. Under what head and subhead?
420. Subhead 420.
Subhead 420. Okay. What about the number of bank credit slip involved?
That's C160 868
C160
868.
868. Amount paid, gross amount paid is how much?
5,500,000.
5,500,000. And the pay through what? Check is going to appear under bank. Nothing will appear under cash. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Then the next transaction. The next transaction, please.
On 26th of September, 20x1.
26th of September.
20x1.
20x1.
The State Ministry of Education made payment for feeding students.
Now, government is the one now paying out now. Credit side, not under the debit anymore. Then we move down to this. What would they say they paid?
They made payments for feeding students and WAEC examination fee.
Okay. Would four of us look into the feeding student feeding student? What that one is under what Treasury payment voucher? What do you say?
60.
60. Okay. Were you given departmental?
Departmental as well.
Anything like departmental payment voucher?
No, sir.
Now, what do they pay payment for?
They made this is for feeding students. Yes, sir.
Feeding students. Okay. Under what classification?
Ed
2004.
And sub-ed 7.
Sub-ed what?
7.
7?
Yes.
Okay. Through which bank?
CBN.
Through the CBN check number.
CBN. Check number, please.
AB 846 264.
Amount. What was the gross amount?
10 million naira.
10 million. Now, the payment being done as a means of what? Using check, and no deduction being stated that is being what? Deducted by the government. If government deducts cash out of the payment they want to give to you, that one will appear under cash here. But where there is no deduction, then the total amount will appear here as this. Where there is deduction, deduction will appear here as cash to the government. Why here it will appear, the net will be paid to you. But in this scenario, they make the total payment straight. Now, here, we now come here. The second transaction appear in what date? Is it 26 again?
Yes, sir.
The same date.
Okay. Now, the last transaction here was that WAEC examination and the classification into head and survey said to be 2004/9 CBN check number, and the check number is AB 946270. The gross amount is 40 million, and that appeared to be in the bank because they use check. Adding being there is a deduction that government made through that, they will deduct that cash and make WAEC organization. Then our issue here is how to do the balancing, even though the examiner says it doesn't require all balance. Now, initially, having been we are giving the opening balance, we need to recognize that opening balance the way I wanted to do it. Look at it here. Now, assuming that the opening balance is given, that will appear as what? 01, 09, 2000 and X1. We call it balance
Brought forward, okay? Opening balance.
Now that one will be the opening balance will appear as balance brought forward. If it is cash, put it under cash here.
Okay, there are situations whereby will be given in the question at times, have you?
Yes. If you are giving like that, use it the way you were giving. But where you were not giving, you assume it does not exist. Normally, you will have it under bank and under cash, but you will not have it under the gross amount. Is that clear?
All right, sir.
Then the second phase of it is meant to appear as this. Because we don't have any amount of the opening. That's why I make it to be 0, 0. Now, how do we do the closing balance too? We are not meant to balance the gross amount, but we are meant to make balance for cash and bank. Now, how does that one go? Put our closing balance here. Now, under the gross amount, we enter the amount here, showing that the total amount we have received, total amount. We also do the same thing under the payment side. We determine the gross amount. This is said to be our gross amount here. Hello, Basolo. I'm putting for one class. My send you should put it in Paris. My send you. The market. Mumbo. Market. Now we have 50,000 as the payment we made out, and we have what 50 million. Why the income we receive said to be what 16.3 million? Then how do we balance it? We don't have anything under cash. We nail that to be 0, 0. We don't have anything under cash. That is 0, 0. It appears here. Then under bank, our debit side, our credit side here must also equal to our what? Debit side. Are you with me? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We are with you, sir.
We are together.
Okay. Now, if we now notice that our credit side is higher than the what? Debit side, how does it go from there? We now come to this side, because this side too must also have what? Debit balance of 50. Now, how do we now do it? We now come here and put what? As at the end of what? September. 30th September 20x1. We have balance
Carry
down. Under the bank balance. Then we have 50 million here minus total sum we have here. We have closing balance of 33,700,000. When we add it together, it equals to that 50 million that we have at the credit side. Then we come here as at after September. What month is next? That's October. Abi? 0,
Yeah.
1, 10, 20, X, 1. We put it as balance brought forward under the bank, which is it simply means we are owing CBN money. CBN do the payment on our behalf, but we have not done the payment. That is what it is. Any question? Any
That was the
question?
question I wanted to ask before. I said that was the question I wanted to ask before. How come the payments will be more than the receipt side?
Yeah, CBN do the payment. Why we only recognize the posting, but the payment has not been refunded back to CBN, which means we are owing CBN. Is that clear?
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you, sir.
thank you. Sorry for the internet issue. Let's look at the second question. This one is Treasury cash group. Main Treasury.
Some people are
Yes,
saying they couldn't join the class back.
they couldn't join the class.
Yes. That they are trying to log in, that they couldn't access
The
the class.
network is everywhere. There is probably that network issue is everywhere. But nevertheless, if I should say how many could manage to join the class back?
I don't know, but I think let me see those that are chatting.
Yeah, 12 now.
About 5 people has already joined again. Because it was 7 before. Wait for others to also join. While we are waiting for them, let's look at the question. Not pay attention to what we're supposed to, because I'm supposed to start another topic in our next class, but nevertheless, I will still need to explain that. Look at the next question, please. Aja Onibode, a revenue collector in the which department are you referring to?
Magistrate Court
I said,
of
are we
State
through with the first question? I'm so sorry. We have requirements 1
Hello?
and 2 from first. Oh my goodness.
He said
Not
yes.
enjoying
That
this class.
he said we are
Sir,
through with that.
we did not understand how you
I'm
summarize
asking
the
person
other
that
question.
made mention of department 1 and 2. I'm asking which department 1 and 2 are you referring to? I don't.
It's
Yeah,
question
I'm done
1
with the first question.
he's referring to.
Which department in 1 and 2 you are referring to in question 1? I don't understand.
So I think what she's trying to say, how you ended the question, how you summarize the question. We only saw the posting before the
I didn't override any other question. They said you should do the debit and credit and post the transaction. I've not posted all the transaction and I told you how to do the balancing. That's all. Hello, boss.
No, I'm the one. It's not Bose, it's Oluwaseun. I said we have
Hello.
requirements 1 and 2. Oh my goodness. We have requirements 1 and 2 in
The
the first
requirement 1 and
question.
2. The requirement say
Okay, sir, I
Network
can
is
hear you
very
now.
bad.
Continue, sir.
what does the requirement says, it's okay. What does requirement say you should do? Draw all the debit and credit side. We have done that. Do the posting. Requirement 2, we have posted. I told you what we are meant to do at the debit side and what we are meant to do at the credit side. We have done them. But if you don't understand anything, let us know. We can be able to have a better understanding of how it's meant to go. Which one you are not clear with the posting or how to draw? When we say you should draw, they want you to draw the format. And the format already we have done it, which starting from what? The TRV date, receive. Are you?
So how did you get balance carried down of 33,700?
It's subtracted, it's just the difference, just to make the balance to be equal to the 50 million naira I get. So you just subtract this thing, what's it called? The debit side from the credit side. So the remaining balance. So he added it to it. Do you get what I'm trying to explain?
Okay.
Yes, he's out already. So the remaining balance, he added it together to make it 50 million back.
Okay.
Okay. That was why I now brought it back to be the balance brought down. That the Central Bank of Nigeria is owing this thing. Who in this class? I beg. A person don't tire.
Madam Bosse, hello.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm here.
Hello.
I'm listening to you.
Okay. Mr. Wasi, what if in a situation like I went out for a while? So what if
hello, I'm hearing you.
That's what I'm saying. What if in a situation where the debit is greater than the credit side? What happens eventually?
Fine. When debit side is higher than credit side, it simply means that another organization funds those transactions on the behalf of that ministry. They are meant to refund that organization. If you look at it, they received 16.3 million. Payment that went out happened to be what? 50 million. And they said the money went out through what? CBN. And CBN is an organization under what? Nigerian Bank. Simply means they carried out such a transaction. Anytime there is an appropriation to that department, they will need to refund CBN the money.
All right, all the payments now.
I can hear you. What do you say?
Does that mean all the payments is not going straight into the ministry, into the state, into the ministry's account? Or is the payment going to the CBN? I don't get it. I mean the debit, all the payments made by those two people that we have on the debit.
Let's go through the question again. Let's go through the question. The first payment went into the ministry what? Bank account. But the transaction, the payment that went out, that is the money they paid out on their behalf. They say you can hear saying that on September, the State Ministry of Education made payment for feeding students and WAEC examination fee, totaling 10 million and what? 40 million in respect to CBN check. And the amount they received is lower compared to the payment that went out. Indirectly, that is an overdraft. The payment will be refunded later in the future. When your debit side of your bank account, when you have what? In our normal bank, what do you call it? Cash book. We have what we call bank and we have what? Cash. Where your bank column is higher as in terms of payment, higher than the receipt simply means there is what we call overdraft. You have borrowed money indirectly. We call it short-term loan. From where? From the bank. That is what we call overdraft. Simply means the ministry, they funded the money, they funded the expenditure on behalf of the ministry, and they are meant to repay back in forms of loan.
I've gotten it, sir.
Any other
Thank you,
question?
sir.
You're welcome. Any other question? Yeah, absent of no question. Let's look at the next calculation. What can you say about that?